you took me home one day?
Yeah.
From training?
Oh, that's right.
And you're on the phone, you're on like 2 calls on 2 phones. We're picking up your son.
That's right.
And I was like, this lady is crazy. No, your mind works at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's why you're so successful.
Hey, Paige.
Hi, Tien. You know, you've asked me who my favorite soccer player is, but who's your favorite comedian?
Oh, that's easy. It's Catherine O'Hara. Do you know who that is?
No, but I'm sure they're great.
Okay. Who's your favorite comedian?
Easy, Tien Tran.
Wait, name any other comedian.
Welcome to In These Cleats.
NWSL Roundup. Paige, how does it feel? Tell us all of your feelings right now. Angel City won, beat the Portland Thorns 5-1 in a crazy home game that clinched a playoff spot. Just tell us what's going on. How's the team feeling? What are you feeling?
I think we're all still shocked, and not in a negative way. We always knew we had it in us, but to have it come together at the last final game, it's shocking. One of our media people asked right after the game, how am I feeling? And I'm like, God, I'm just relieved. We put in so much freaking work, and just so proud of my teammates and the coaches who stepped in and they've done an amazing job. Our support staff, our athletic training room, our medical performance team, they work so much. I don't know if I could do that after soccer, but our fans for sticking with us the entire season. I know we were on a roller coaster.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, you came in half the season, Lauren, but that was good
still
enough.
Here at the end. I could have walked out that door anytime, Paige.
You could have, and you stayed.
I stayed, and it was worth it.
How was it watching?
It was amazing. It was so fucking cool. I mean, you guys scored pretty early in the game, and then just kept pounding.
Every goal that went in, I was like, "Is this real life?"
And they were beautiful goals. They were the
Sidney LaRue goal.
Yeah,
that bicycle kick.
Okay, y'all been calling it a bicycle kick, but it did look like a death drop.
It does look more like a death drop.
That was the coolest goal I've ever seen, and I think we should change the name to Death Drop. A soccer version.
Maybe we'll name it after Sidney LaRue and just call it La Death Drop.
Yes, that's so good. La Death Drop, yeah.
La Death Drop. And also, can you emphasize to everyone how important it was to score those 5 goals too? You needed those 5 goals for the goal differential.
We were tied with Gotham and Orlando. But also, if we didn't know what was happening with the other games, so if the Spirit tied,
yes,
goal differential would have saved us or whatever. But yeah, Orlando, we were tied with points, so we had to beat them in goal differential, and we were down a goal actually before this game, and they only won 1-0. And so the 5-1 put us above them, which was so important.
we were watching the live table at the gate. I had it pulled up on my phone as I was watching the game in the stands and just announcing to people around me, being like, we're good. If it stays the same, we're good. Nothing can change from here.
I was paying attention to something else.
Who and where?
Yeah, who are you looking at, Lauren? Because Jodie Foster wasn't there, but her wife was there.
Her wife was.
There
was
there.
also a new face, Elizabeth Banks, who that was exciting.
Yeah.
I was looking at, when the ball goes into the stands.
Yeah.
Why don't the fans get to keep it?
We don't have enough money yet. I don't know.
Figured it was because the league was being cheap. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was something.
Those balls are expensive. They're not like hockey pucks, They're not like baseballs. They're like...
It's like $150 per ball.
Y'all can afford to let the fans have a ball.
Can we give a shout out to Coach Becky Tweed, please?
Woo! What's her song?
Woo!
Choo choo, all aboard. The Becky Tweed train?
Yes.
Choo-choo. Yeah, the tweed train.
Choo-choo. Come on, ride the tweed train. And ride it.
Come on, ride it.
Come on.
Tweed train. Come and ride it. Choo-choo.
I think we gotta work on that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was tight as hell.
She, incredible coach.
Yeah. We had the best record out of all the teams in the last 13 games. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's so hard to come into a team where you didn't pick your own players. We weren't doing very well. And she turned everything around. At training and at games, you're seeing us know where each player is going to be on the field. And it's really, really fun to play under her because you can play more free and with each other like a family.
I love that y'all came out in the second half and did not sit back. You just kept attacking.
We knew goal differential was going to be important. But also it wasn't easy, but everyone was playing well. No one really had a bad game. And when that happens, you just flow together as a group.
Yeah, it looked like the chemistry was really tight out there yesterday.
You saw it yesterday that we put it all out there, and we're going to keep putting it all out there because if you think about it, we, I guess, would be the underdogs. And we played yesterday like we had nothing to lose. And when teams do that, you play more free and you literally go out there and just want to show who you are as a player, who you are as a team.
Okay, defense looks solid. The midfield is playing together in such a wonderful way right now. I think Amadine Henry is helping connect you guys so much from defense to offense and kind of cleaning anything up that gets in front of you. It's been amazing to watch her and I don't know. Your forwards are looking amazing. Emsley was playing lights out yesterday along the left side with MA and Sydney LaRue getting to be. It was so cool to watch because I know we just talked to Sydney and I feel like she is getting to show LA who Sydney LaRue is.
Yeah.
And what she can bring to a team.
And that LaDeath
drop. And a little LaDeath drop.
LaDeath drop.
Well, Paige, it was so cool to be at that game and watch you and the rest of the team absolutely kick ass. And we're so excited for you for this upcoming game. And, let's go out there and win.
Let's do it. We're going to need and you and everyone around.
Okay, our next guest co-founded Angel City Football Club. She was listed as one of the top 10 influencers of 2023 by Sports Pro Media, one of the most influential people in sports by Sports Business Journal 2022, one of the 100 most creative people in business by Fast Company, and named to the Creative 50 list by Ad Age. In May of 2023, Angel City Football Club was named the Sports Team of the Year by SBJ, the first women's team to ever win the category. Please welcome Julie Uhrman.
That is a long list.
That's a long list.
Is a cool
I might have nodded off once or twice. Yeah.
You're not proud of your own accomplishments?
I think it's hard for women to accept their success. I'm working really hard on that with Angel City because our success is actually paving the way, I think, for others. So that's why we talk about it so much. But most proud of winning SBJ's Team of the Year.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Really special.
It's so cool.
Did you know before?
No, in fact, we went up against LAFC, who won the MLS Cup, and the Carolina Panthers, and the Buffalo Bills, and the Padres, everybody who won their respective leagues. And then there was us, and we thought LAFC would win given the incredible community and brand and identity that they've built, and they finally won it in their 5th year. And then there was the last minute whispering at the event. Everyone thought the Buffalo Bills were going to get it because of the way the community rallied around their team. So by the time the show started, we had completely convinced ourselves that we were not going to get this.
Wow.
And it was really special because it was the woman, I think, who runs the Women's Tennis Association, who knows Billie Jean King. And when she gave the award, she said, "I wish Billie Jean was here for another glass-breaking moment." And then she mentioned Angel City, so it was really special.
That's so cool.
Right? It was pretty cool.
Also, the Buffalo Bills stay losing.
Standing ovation. I mean, it was 1,100 people in there.
Wow.
And they all stood for us. So, that's recognition. That's getting to leveling the playing field, which has been our goal.
Was it you or was it me? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It was absolutely you. Actually, no, let's be more specific. It was your bicep.
It was your bicep.
See? Yes. How could you not give that an award?
All right? I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team award, and I think that's what's so special about it is that it requires the entire team, and not just us. I mean, you were joking, but it requires you. I mean, it was the success we had on and off the pitch. It was success of the community building something special that was undeniable that everyone has to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm. And how many community events did we do last year?
250.
Yeah, all across LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Which is incredible, and you see why our fans are so special. It's this huge community from all different parts of LA, and it's what makes our team super special.
Absolutely.
You started businesses, you know what it takes. More than just 1 year or 2 year. A championship team takes years of building a foundation, and we're going in that direction, which makes me super excited. But it's really cool to be a part of something starting from the ground up.
I think that might have been the first thing you said to me, which was it takes time to build a championship team. Julie, you said it. Julie, it's going to take 3 years. And I don't think I liked that answer when you said that. And yet we're in the middle of our second year. And to your point, like we really are still improving. And you can sort of see the results on the rise. And maybe it'll be this year, definitely next year.
Yeah.
It does take time. And we're all improving and we're all getting better. Our squad's getting better. Our staff is getting stronger. The support. I mean, last year was just every day was something new flying at us. I think we've been able to manage that a little bit better this year.
Yeah.
As a fan, it's really cool to feel like being a part of something that has just started too. Like I started while going to all the games for the NWSL with Angel City. And so that being said, like last week, Angel City broke Ticketmaster because too many people were trying to buy 2024 season tickets. Is Angel City the Taylor Swift of the NWSL?
Ooh, I'm going to say yes, and then maybe that'll go viral. Angel City is the Taylor Swift of the NWSL. Look, Taylor Swift, what she magnifies, right? Something that's exciting that's already happening. And I think Angel City just tries to magnify the excitement and the expertise of you guys and our players. But to have it break, a company that's been around for 20 plus years that should have their act together, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of awesome.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. We had 15,900 season ticket holders last year, and what's commonly told is that year 2 there's a dip. Right? And so we were really conscious of the dip, and we were really thoughtful about pricing and how we were going to promote it, and obviously how the team performs. And so in year 2, we went up to 16,500 season ticket holders, and then with like a 90% renewal rate going into 2024 and breaking Ticketmaster. You're going to have more than 5 sellout games this year, Paige.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
I feel like all of them sound like sellouts.
That's the goal.
I don't even know.
That's the goal.
I black out and it's really loud.
That's the goal.
All I hear is
Paige,
drums.
Paige has routinely told us that she blacks out during games, which is I think you're going into a hyper-focused fugue state.
I am. Okay, Julie, you are a huge voice in the movement to bring women's sports to the forefront. What changes have you seen that show we're moving in the right direction? Or
lack thereof.
Yeah.
Look, we picked up. We started Angel City, I think at the perfect time, right? On the heels of the Me Too movement, the Time's Up movement, the lawsuit against U.S. Soccer by the U.S. Women's National Team, and the U.S. Women's National Team winning the 2019 World Cup. So people were talking about equity. They were talking about gender equity. They were talking about pay equity, and that's really what Angel City was built around, which is the idea of using sports to draw attention, awareness towards equity, and ultimately get you guys paid. That's always sort of been the goal. And so I think what's happened resulting from the absolute success and the viewership of the 2019 World Cup, followed by the 2020 the Euros that just happened, and certainly by this World Cup, is the attention and awareness for women's football. So by staying in the zeitgeist, by people continuing to talk about it, we can still talk about equity. We can still talk about pay equity. We can still talk about gender equity because it's still part of the conversation. We don't have to create a conversation for it.
Right.
So I think your successes on the pitch have allowed us to continue this conversation with Angel City and some of our partners, specifically PNC Bank, where they want to get to pay equity for women, which the U.S. Economic Forum said would take 257 years for women to get paid the same as men. And they revised it recently to 169 years. But having partners like that where we can talk about it and do events to address it are important. So I do think that's one of the differences, which is, first, we haven't talked about something that's really important that we care about that's gone away. And then second, the attention and awareness that women's football has gotten has only grown. I mean, it's almost every week where I'm posting another record-breaking stadium, right? You had, 25,000 people in Arsenal. The friendly match that Matildas had to move to a new stadium. Canada broke their record.
Liverpool.
This is just right. Liverpool's home opener against Arsenal. So it's not a one-off anymore. So now what we need is for people to start talking about, okay, we've arrived, it's changed, and now we need the people who control the money to start making better decisions,
and
which
those
means more money.
people are brands, TV outlets, media.
Yeah, I'd say
investors.
Yeah, it's interesting because I wear an Angel City hat, right? And so we have done an exceptional job. My team, led by Jess Smith, has done an exceptional job driving real value for you and what we're building in for Angel City. So if I look at it from an Angel City perspective, we've had the most movement with sponsors and partners, followed by the media, obviously incredibly close with Haley Rosen and Just Women's Sports and the Women's Sports Network. And creating a podcast to tell the story about women's sports and to highlight women athletes. I think we're seeing more and more media start to talk about women's sports. And I think broadcast has been sort of the last pole. The NWSL is in the process of renegotiating our media rights, which includes domestic and international broadcast and streaming. And if we do things right, that could be a monumental deal on the way to our next sort of monumental deal. But that's the last pie. We see the ratings. Last year's championship game did, 950,000 viewers?
Yeah.
During a World Series, during a major NFL match. The previous year's MLS final to 1.1 million. That's not significantly
and it was
different.
At 12, right? The final. Not even at
I think it was
it was an evening match. Yeah. But that's also what made it tough because we had to play against. But I mean, it's so the numbers are there. You just need people that are strong enough to actually start to invest in it.
So does that mean, sorry, lots of questions, more female execs at the top?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm happy to have male allyship, and it's important, but we haven't seen it. And I do know that if Angel City ruled the world, there'd be equity as far as visibility for women's sports, and we're women-founded, women-controlled, women-owned team. So if I just use our own experience of what's possible, absolutely.
With the expansion coming up, are these new expansion teams coming to you and asking, how do we do what Angel City has done?
Yes. Yeah. As well as, all the teams in the league.
And yes.
And it's we welcome it, right? We intentionally have said that we open source our playbook. We want everyone to know what we're doing because honestly, there is no secret sauce. When we were raising money for Angel City and trying to bring in investors, it was, this is never going to happen. This is LA. It's an impossible sports market. There are 11 professional sports teams, 2 college teams. There's the beach. There's the mountains. You will never be successful with soccer, women's football. There's 2 male teams in LA. Cut to Angel City is wildly successful. And now, well, of course you're successful. You're in LA. It's the sports capital of the world. Everybody loves, Los Angeles
Everybody
sports.
hates mountains and beaches.
Right. And that's not true, right? Yeah. It's that we've built an environment, we've built a diverse, inclusive community that is safe. We have incredible players, incredible storylines. You feel a sense of FOMO if you're not at our games, and that's what we've worked really hard towards. That's not special. That's it. Investing in the team, investing in the players, investing in the experience, investing in the product. Everybody can do that. So we welcome those conversations. Now, the best part is sports is local, right? So what works in LA very well might not work in Boston or Utah or the Bay Area or Chicago, but they can take the fundamental level of investment, how we've engaged the community, what type of programs we do, how we support the players, that they can replicate and then put their own special sauce on for their local market.
I feel like, is that a thing that is in any of the men's games? I feel like I don't hear about owners being like, here's how I did it successfully.
Yeah. I don't know, but what I will say is, you read my background in it, you read my accolades, which are mostly sports. But if you went back even a little bit longer, I'm not a sports executive, right? This is my first role in sports. So when I was learning about football and just sports in general, I was fortunate to be able to reach out to a ton of different owners and presidents, and they all men, and they shared everything.
Okay.
Absolutely everything with me. And I found that super curious because in tech and entertainment and gaming, that would never happen in a million years. Right. So I asked them, why are you, it can't because I'm a women's team and you're, why are you doing this? And that's when they said, look, Julie, at the end of the day, sports is local. My team in San Antonio is not competing with your team in LA. Right. We're not going after the same fans. We're not going after the same sponsors. We don't have the same environment. So we're not competitors. And I've taken that to heart. And the same with the NWSL. Like, I'm close with Jill Ellis. We're close with San Diego. We want them to be successful. It's only good for the league if they're successful. So we do share everything. Do we want to beat them on the pitch? Absolutely. And for 90 minutes, we are no longer, comrades and allies. And then after 90 minutes, we are. Yes, we do. That's what I was saying.
We hate their guts.
And now we have two teams. It's almost like we have this incredible rivalry with San Diego. How are we going to think about our rivalry with Bay FC? It has to be. They're different. They're going to be different. They already feel different.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun to figure out from a fan perspective and from a player perspective, how do we think about Bay FC differently than San Diego Wave?
I hate them all.
Okay. That is a good answer. That is the answer that I want.
And as a fan, I'm right there with you.
Can I?
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's I don't know. There's
no,
lights
it's so
here.
hot in here.
Just getting a little hot in here. So was that better?
Yeah, I've been sweating all day and I forgot deodorant this morning.
Are
you getting hot?
Yeah, I'm actually.
I think you're getting hot too.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty hot too. So
All right, me too. No, I'm not wearing a bra.
yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty hot too. So.
What? Oh my God.
Wow. Wow, the little reveal did not play the way I thought it was going to play.
What is that?
It was too grounded. We were both too grounded.
I mean,
we were both way too natural.
You're a natural actress. I didn't think I played it off that well.
No, you played it off.
Who made these? I want to know. You did?
Of course.
Of course.
And Sierra, your whole family, Jen has them, Sierra has them. They've already been distributed.
No way.
I'm going to have you sign this.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, and then you can hang it.
Each bicep.
Yeah,
You can hang
each
it in your
bicep.
So I asked the fans last night to make a tifo of that.
Of this?
It'll
This is
take them
close.
200 hours. Yeah.
I'll
it's
figure out a way
pretty
to move my body so it flexes, but just
I like that.
bad. Wait, those are awesome.
It's a little homage to you.
yes.
Yeah.
You have been an incredible addition to the team. Your leadership and vision, being a veteran player, understanding what it takes to win and being that calming sort, at least for me, has been, I don't like it, but it's helpful to understand how to get through it. Your injury was terrible, but I thought it gave us an opportunity to get to know each other because we just had more time.
I forgot. You took me home one day?
Yeah.
From training?
Oh, that's right.
And you're on the phone, you're on 2 calls on 2 phones. We're picking up your son.
That's right.
And I was like, this lady is crazy. No, your mind works at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's why you're so successful. And I appreciate the compliments. I don't take them very well. But I'm so blessed to be here. I really am.
We heard that you met Angel City co-founder Kara Nortman at a basketball league you both played in. Do you still play, and have you always played sports?
So, a little bit different. Kara and I played basketball against each other in high school.
Oh, okay.
We went to competing high schools. I definitely remember winning. That was a non-starter. We were a much better
Does she
sports
remember
team.
losing?
What high school
They were
team?
a much better sports team. I went to Brentwood. She played at Westlake, which predates Harvard Westlake, which is right down the street.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And then our paths crossed for years in tech and venture. I think I pitched her a bunch of businesses she never bought. And then we have a mutual friend, Robin Ward, who's an investor in Angel City, who started to put together this summer basketball league. She would call it the Wild Feminists Who Play Basketball League. And it turned out that most of the tech and venture women in LA grew up playing basketball.
So cool.
So we would get together. I think it'd been going on for 8 years. I'd never made it to a single match. It was always over the summer. I'd never made it. And this past August in 2019, it was on a Monday, pops up on my schedule. I was like, oh my God, I can go. Show up. Kara had just come back from the World Cup, just come back from the women winning, was telling us the incredible stories of hanging out with the players and the matches and all that good stuff. And then pulled me aside and said, Natalie Portman and I have this idea to bring a women's professional soccer team to LA. We have day jobs. Do you want to, see if there's a there and help us figure it out? And I literally said, wait, there's professional soccer in the United States. I had no idea the NWSL existed.
How long ago was this?
2019.
Wow.
No idea.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, but you talk about, if you're only following it every 4 years and, social was still building.
Mm-hmm.
I think social is one of the biggest things that's catapulted you and other players because you can actually create a direct connection with your fan base.
Social media is
and
huge.
then, the NWSL had the A&E, ESPN. It's like it wasn't like you could just turn the TV on and see a game.
I am kidding. My freshman year of college, I didn't even know there was a professional league and people were getting drafted. I took a job in New York.
And look at you now.
I know. I took a job and then I got drafted and I was like, is this league a thing? Ha ha ha. And we've grown so far.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah. I truly, like, I love soccer. Watched the U.S. women's team every 4 years, every Olympics, but didn't watch the NWSL.
Yeah.
But that has completely changed. And now I've got like friends who've never liked soccer in their life, like freaking out to go to an Angel City game.
Good.
It's
working.
true. It truly is working.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see. Like when I get a friend to a game, I take too much credit. I'm like, that was me.
Just keep taking credit, keep being friends. It's all good. But it's exciting. I mean, we'll meet a lot of people where it's their first game and then they're back the next and the next and the next.
Did your background in entertainment and tech help you with this business?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, sports in the United States is looked at as an entertainment product. It's almost entertainment first, sports second. You talk about the tailgate, right? You talk about the post-game party, right? Even more than sometimes you do the actual game. And so building communities, building entertainment products, definitely. I think growing up in LA, because to get me to something, right, it has to be something special. So how do you create that? And from the beginning, the first conversation that we had with Natalie even said, Natalie was like, I wanted to be the pre-game Sex and the City party. I want you to go to an Angels. I want you, like millennials, to go to a match before they go out.
I love this.
Right? And so we took that idea and we said, and then we wanted to be, the 1980s Lakers, the Showtime era, where you would go to a game because you either wanted to see Magic Johnson or you wanted to see who Jack Nicholson brought courtside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's fair.
And that was the idea of the Angel City. Like, how do we create a spectacle? And then the mantra at Angel City is every game is somebody's first game. So how do we continue to raise the bar so that you want to bring a friend, and they're like, oh my God, this is even better. And then when they bring a friend, it's like, oh my God, this is even better. And so it's just, how do we continue to elevate? How do we never, rest on our laurels or slow down? How do we continue to raise the bar on ourselves? Which is what we do.
Having like celebrity investors a big part of that too? You think that like they're not only investing money, but they're investing their time?
Yeah, and it wasn't. So it wasn't intentional. When we first started raising money for Angel City, we did it the traditional way. We went to wealthy individuals that would want to invest, and we received so many no's and received so many challenges because, yes, we were 3 women. Problem. 3 women that have no sports experience, 3 women of which only one is really going to do this, right? And then just a general idea that celebrities don't really participate in what they invest in, right? Yeah. And we were actually getting pretty discouraged. And we also had this revolutionary idea that, oh my God, we could use sports to actually create more meaningful, positive change, long-lasting change, and driving for equity, right? So we wanted to build this organization where mission and capital could coexist. So we got a lot. Well, are you a charity or are you a for-profit company? Like,
I hate that.
Do you want me just like, is it like buying a $25,000 table? And that literally wasn't obviously what we were.
Yeah.
And then it was amazing. We had a conversation with Eva Longoria, and I got to pitch her. And I explained this mission in capital and that we're building a platform that stands for equity and impact to drive attention awareness, to drive revenue, which will drive impact, which will drive equity. And she's like, yep, I'm in. Wow. It's less than one of the largest checks we got to date.
So cool.
And
just the first celebrity investor?
First one to say yes.
I thought Alexis was.
Alexis is the first, you say smart money, right? Like the first real investor, but he stepped up to position himself as the control owner to help us sort of raise the rest of the money.
Got it.
But Eva was the first one to say yes. And it hit me at that moment that she fundamentally understood what we were trying to do. We're a platform. We use our platform for good and for good and good, right? To drive money and to make a difference. And that's no difference than what she does with her platform. And that being social media. It's no different than what you do for your platform, right? I promote Angel City games. I promote In These Cleats. I promote, what I care about from a social impact perspective, right? You can do all of those things and not have to choose between doing good and making money. And that's what Eva does in her living. And so then we're like, I'm like, Natalie, how else do you know? Right? And so, she introduced us to her friends, and obviously it's up to them, and they have business managers, but they fundamentally understood it. Julie Foudy was able to help us get me on board and Abby on board, and then we have 14 former U.S. Women's National Team players on board. And then the pitch was always, to this day, I don't care what your check size, but you need to care about what we're doing and to use your platform to amplify what we're doing so we can have the most amount of impact.
Like, I know she's not an investor, but Jane Fonda coming to her first game.
Yes, that was awesome.
And it was
she was like
all
my
of us.
first sports game ever.
I mean, it was just so, you're like, you get it. You are like a lifelong activist. Like you've put your body on the line for social causes that you feel strongly about. And like for her to be at the game and be like, the Jane Fonda, like I'm coming back. It was so cool.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
And it's real. That's the whole point. I mean, obviously, I'm preaching to the choir. You just have to get someone to a game.
Yeah.
These games are physical, they're fun, they're fast-paced, they're intense, they're stressful. You've got this entire fan base that's cheering and clapping the whole time. Like, it is fun. It is FOMO. Like, I do feel like our games are FOMO. If you're not there, you have missed out on something now.
Yeah.
And to have, an incredible woman, to your point, a huge activist, and this, oh my God, I get it. I want to come back.
Yeah.
Like these girls. And like she didn't leave right after the game. She wanted to come to the pitch.
No,
she wanted to meet every single one of you. It was awesome.
And I was already gone.
Oh,
I know.
no.
Grace and Frankie is my fave.
We'll get her back.
I've read that you believe, and I believe too, that the NWSL in the next 5 years could be one of the top 3 leagues here in the United States. Do you feel like with the expansion that we are trending towards that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the most important thing is just the product on the pitch.
Yeah.
Is to make sure.
That's why I'm scared of expansion.
Why?
It does dilute talent, and it mixes, starting a new team is hard. Really hard.
You know. Yeah. I don't think either of you know what that's like.
Experience with that whatsoever.
Not just the business side, but the field side.
Yeah.
You take players from all different clubs, different countries. And out of college, I know we have talent here in the U.S. It just takes a while to form these teams. But yeah, I think we're moving at a good rate. It just, it's a little scary.
Yeah, I think there will absolutely be some bumpy road ahead. To your point, the good news is, though, it forces the growth because if we want to keep the level of talent high, we now have to invest.
Yep.
We have to invest in youth development. We have to invest in a second team or a reserve team. Like, we actually have to invest to grow the talent pool so that it can result, at the highest level at the NWSL.
So it starts at youth.
I like
over salary cap.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I think they're equal. I mean, and add free agency to it.
Yeah.
So compensation for agency for players and youth development. I think for us to establish ourselves as the best league in the world, to continue to drive attention and awareness, to continue to create the most incredible product on the pitch where you might have 4 superstars per team that would be considered a super team, but when all of them have it, it just creates the most competitive, dynamic game where you don't know if anything, you don't know what's going to happen. But I think we need all 3 of those things. And the nice thing is we have an ownership group and league leadership that is willing to look at those 3 areas, compensation, agency, and youth development, and start to make changes. So I'm hopeful.
I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people also forget that these big leagues that we know now, like the NFL, NBA, they all started from scratch. Like nobody believed it.
It took a lot longer.
We get that a lot too. And it's, yes, but Paige, I'm impatient. I don't want to wait 3 years for a championship. I don't want to wait 25 years to get to
Change always takes longer than we want it to.
I know. I know.
But I feel it's
a struggle.
It's grown
it's made
so
you
much.
Successful. You're like, nope, I want it now.
Although I will say, so it took the MLS 13 years to break $50 million in expansion fees. It took the NWSL 11. So
That's pretty good.
I think we have a little bit higher of a curve.
I think that's great.
Social media helps.
It's a game. I mean, it's been a game changer for women's football.
Yeah. Because
women are better storytellers.
Yeah.
You make more money. You influence more people. You talk to those that control the
purse. We kind
of
have to, though.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
It's good for the growth of the game.
It is good for the growth of the game.
Yeah.
And I think women's sports fans are diehards.
Yeah.
Really, truly.
You
there have
mentioned
always
they
been.
have to look to see these games because of the lack of awareness and coverage, and so they are the most.
Yeah, they're the hardest working
fans.
sports fans. I talked to mom and her daughter, and she goes, "I just want to let you know that I wasn't a women's sports fan. Was never a women's sports fan. Never watched women's sports. When Angel City came, we decided to come to a match. We've been season ticket holders since day one. We absolutely love this. This has changed our lives.
That makes it all worth it.
That
It
makes
does.
it. Ugh. Well, before we go, Julie, I'm sure we've touched upon it as you've talked with us today, but what is the most rewarding, your favorite part about owning Angel City?
They're really, God, there's not one. I love the relationship I have with the players. Because, being an athlete growing up, you lose that part, right? You lose the whole concept of
The
being
roller
part of a
coasters.
team. It's the best.
It's a
It's a
job,
family.
right? And it's like, yeah, you might say that they're your family, but like you're not part of a team anymore, right? And if you're an athlete, that's a big thing. It's identity. So I love my relationship with you and with the other players. It's just special. I really love the impact that we're having on the community, the lives we're changing, because I hear about them at every game, and then the impact we're having on women's football. I don't think women's football is ever going to be the same. I think it is different because of us. I think it will continue to grow because of us, and knowing that we're having impact that one day we might be able to look back and say, look at our legacy.
It's happening now.
I think it's happening now too. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking the time to sit down with us. We've been looking forward to this conversation since the beginning of this, but we were like, we got to get Julie on the pod, right? So thank you so much for coming in.
No, thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
We love you.
We do.
Ditto.
Such a big fan.
Yeah.
Huh. You know what that sound means? It's stoppage time.
Yeah.
Where we talk about whatever's on this coin. Okay. Here we go. Pick a new Olympic sport.
This is fun.
This is fun.
What would you do, and why is it new? Because I have not been in the Olympics.
Oh, okay. Well, let's pick something that we could both like, that we would both be good at. Like if there was like a Olympic sport that was like chopping cucumbers,
Oh, that's cool.
I could.
I'm not a great chopper. Are you?
That's why I'm pitching
Yeah?
chopping cucumbers.
Okay.
I'm a good f***ing chopper.
Yeah, but you said we.
Okay. So
Okay.
what could we both? What would we both be? Podcasting? Oh, the Olympics needs podcasting.
I don't know. Something in the beach, like cornhole on the beach.
Okay, yes, cornhole on the beach. Does it specifically have to be on the beach?
Yeah, because I think cornhole's already in the Olympics.
Is it? I don't think it is. I think it's like an ESPN Ocho classic.
Yeah.
But I think
Cornhole on the beach, people would watch
That sounds
if we're in bathing suits.
that sounds beautiful. When you say every time you say cornhole on the beach, I'm like, it's both romantic and nasty at the same time.
Throwing bags in a hole.
Yes, but like cornhole on the beach, it kind of just flows off the tongue, but it feels gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why
There's
I chose
something
it.
about it. It feels like gritty and like
Yeah.
Okay.
The sand part.
Are you
Yeah.
good?
I'm from Nebraska.
Is that where it started?
It had to have been because we have nothing else to do, just lawn games.
Do you think pickleball will be? I feel like everyone's.
I think it'll be an
I
Olympic
think
sport.
it's maybe at some point. I mean, I just kicked my in-laws' asses, so I feel like that
Okay.
makes me ready to go. Like I
Okay.
beat my wife's parents. I feel like that's
Yeah.
enough.
enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough to make me go to the
I'll
Olympics.
start training.
Okay, great.
Yeah. What's our team name?
What's our team name?
Yeah.
Pickle Bitch.
Just one?
Yeah, Pickle
Okay.
Bitches. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right.
That's-
sorry.
It's a team sport.
Pickle Bitches.
Okay.
The Pickle Bitches.
I like it.
I know. It kind of
Rolls off the tongue.
Rolls off the
a little
tongue.
dirty.
a little dirty. Not as gross as cornhole on the beach, but
Yeah.
okay.
All
I
right.
like that.
So pickleball and cornhole on the beach.
Yes. Oh, wow. That was an amazing episode. Thanks for watching.
See you next week.